So I'm interested in that. I would be interested in that. Let me know where you see that. That's fascinating to me because, yeah, dogs are very loyal. Dogs are the letters kuloi leiv, the totally of the heart, which is interesting because the heart could be loyal, but it could also be disloyal. And they're just kuloi leiv, kelev. They live from the world of the heart. So there could be loyalty or not. So right now, what do we see? We saw that Cain is being kicked out. We're in Daled, Yud Daled. Hein girashta oisi ayoy me'al pneihu adamo miponecha esaser. Vayisi novanad ba'aretz. And I have to go and wander in the land. V'haya kol moitzi yahargeni. And he was worried that anybody that finds me is going to kill me. V'yomer lo Hashem. Lachein kol herig Cain shivosayim yukam. V'yosem Hashem leKain ois. God gives Cain a symbol, an ois. Lebilti hakois oisoi kol moitzoi. So what does that mean, my friends? Well, people wanted to kill him. Why do they want to kill him? We said yesterday, one shot is midah keneged midah. Measure for measure. What is shivosayim yukam? Before 7 generations have passed, he will be punished. Which is interesting. It means just wait 7 generations, and then you will see. Whoever, yeah.
Why would someone want to kill, someone would want to kill whoever meets me will kill me because I'm a murderer and people don't like murderers?
So we're going to see in a moment a Rashi, which is very deep.
Why was he got so
paranoid?
Scared of, yeah, all of a sudden.
So we said today that when Hillel HaZaken saw a skull floating on the river, so he said, because you drowned somebody, you were drowned. And the one who drowned you, he will be drowned. Midah keneged midah, something the world calls karma. Things will come around. So because Cain killed, he was worried that he was going to be killed. And the Torah says, before 7 generations have passed, he will be punished. Hashem says to him, therefore, whoever slays Cain before 7 generations have passed, he will be punished. And Hashem placed a mark upon Cain so that none that meet him might kill him.
Then why even say whoever slays Cain?
Because it looks like the end will come. He has 7 generations of amnesty. 7 generations.
Whoever kills Cain before 7 generations, they'll be punished.
That's right. They'll be punished.
But then it's saying, as soon as goes more again, so that no one will kill him.
That's right. He's protected.
Right. So then why even say whoever slays Cain, it's not going to happen?
People will try to. God will put a sign there that it won't happen. And look at this Rashi. This Rashi is very fascinating. The Yosem Hashem leKain ois, and God placed on Cain a sign. Kavaloi ois simin, sheyogan alav. God put a guarding sign upon him, but the Torah doesn't say what letter. An ois literally means a letter or a sign. What letter did God put? What sign did God put? So the Gemara says, chakak loi ois. God carved in to his forehead, emblazoned into him, an ois, mishmoi, from God's holy name, bimitzchoi, on the forehead of Cain. That to know that don't mess around with him. Davar acher. I mean, it reminds me like a Harry Potter thing. I don't know if that was a sign that he shouldn't be messed with, or just Stam got a sign. But this is a sign, don't mess with him. Davar acher. Another way to understand this. Look at this. This is so amazing. God said, Kol moitzi yahargeni. The chashash of Cain was that anybody that finds me will kill me. So who was he really worried about? His parents? Who was around, by the way? Like who? What's the big? His parents weren't technically dead. They're alive for a long time. So he says, "Habehemus v'achayis." He was worried that the animals would kill him. Aval b'nei adam adayin lo yahayu. There still wasn't people in the world. Sheyuru mehem, that he was afraid of them, lest they come to kill him. Rak ava v'imoy. Those were the only ones. Umehem lo yahayu yara sheyargu. He wasn't worried that his parents would come and kill him. Ela Omar, oh, this is amazing. So he said like this, Arakshav hayapachdi al kol achayis. Until now, before I did this sin, my fear was on the animals. When an animal would see a human being, they would be afraid. Because a human being has the tselem elokim, has the godly image. A human being is created in the godly image. Achshav, before he sinned,
he was down with the
yes. Achshav bishvil avon zeh, but now because of what I've done, because this avon, this avera, lo yiru mimeni hachayis v'yarguni, the animals are no longer afraid of me. It's good. It means they'll come to kill him. Which means before I did what I did, the human being could ride on top of a lion. Need to get to work? Hop on a lion. Tiger. Bears, oh my. The animals were in awe of the human stature. They were afraid. So he never would have thought that the animals will hurt me. The animals are, 12:45? Okay, very good. We're here, 12:45. So maybe before, right after Shir. Or I'll come to the basement. Yeah. So the animals are mamish afraid. After he ate, though, or he did the severa, so he lost his spiritual image. Which means, what did he descend into? Looking like any other animal.
But that wouldn't just him, that's all of us, right? I mean, we all can't ride lions.
Except David HaMelech, or Chaim HaKadosh. Rabbi Vadi Yosef. I told you. You're making me late for Shir. And the king cobra just passed out. Whatever a very poisonous snake is, that one. So Rabbi Vadi Yosef, he used to give about 10 classes over a Shabbos. So he was always going from one shir to the next, and if he was late, then it would be that he would miss one of the shiurim, or two, whatever. And he had a responsibility. I want to give shiurim. I want to teach Torah to Klal Yisrael. So there was one time, he was going from one shir to the next, and a snake, a poisonous snake, came upon him in an alley. So he moved to the right, and the snake moved this way. And it was all up, ready to pounce. He moved to the left, and then he looked at the snake square in the eyes, and he said, "You're making me late for my shir." And there are many first-hand eyewitnesses that say the snake seized, died on the spot. So if you are somebody with the divine image, then yes, that Cain lost the divine image. And therefore, what did he need? He needed the sign. This is now the reason for the ois. He needed a sign of protection. Which really means if you and I live up to our divine image, then you could take a lion to work. Don't try this. But there's such a thing. Cain lost it though. It said that also that Noah had it. This goes back to Noah. And he lost it a little bit. That's why the animals generally didn't try to eat him, except the lion got him a little bit. And it says that it came back with Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Says the pasuk v'yetzakam lifnei Hashem v'yeshev be'eretz noid kidmas Eden. And Cain went out. Says Rashi yotzbach no. He went out like humbled that God had given him rebuke. Kegoinev daso elyoina, like somebody who stole something from a very high place. And then he gets rebuked for it and he walks out with his tail between his legs. Kidmas Eden, which is the eastern part of the Garden of Eden, says Rashi, Sham Gola Aviv. This is where his father, Adam Rishon, went. Kashegoyrish migan Eden. Shenemar v'yashke mikedem legan Eden. Lishmor as shmiras derech mevoy hagan. Sheyesh lilmoid shahaya Adam Sham on that side, and therefore he was able to be there. And he says something very fascinating about certain locations sadly causing different traits in a person. Certain energy ley lines in the world that create certain energies. Certain energies that make a person more prone to aggression. This has to do with the Ari Miklat, where they were located, why it was seemingly not a balanced population-wise. There were certain places that people were more aggressive to come to bad behavior, and therefore they needed more Ari Miklat, even though there was a less population. City of refuge. If somebody kills somebody, shogeg, which is already a terrible thing. Just finished the Aliyah. V'yevaled lachanoich es irad. Excuse me. V'yeda Cain es ishtoi. And Cain knew his wife, V'tahar, and she gave birth to Chanoich. I think they translate Chanoich as Enoch. Chanoich. Everybody's always asking about the book of Enoch. So who is Enoch? The grandson of Adam, one of the Enoklach.
All right, what's this? The language of knew his wife, which obviously means
He knew her biblically. So the idea of das means connection. Das, what does the word das mean? So I think knowledge is just a very rudimentary understanding. Das means connection. Das means when you have das with something, it's not just knowledge. It means I didn't know something before, but it's not enough to just know it. That could be even something called chokhmah or bina. Das means it's integrated into me. One of my favorite examples, we have a shir, And then, okay, close the Gemara, and the guy gets up to walk downstairs for Schnitzel Day. And the second he walks out of Shir, oh, did you see this thing? Oh, did you see this? Did you see the latest thing on Instagram? Did you see this thing? You just spent 2.5 hours learning sugyas. It like went out of your brain in 2 seconds. That's all a sign of lack of das. It means it must be that I wasn't that connected to the content. Because if I would have been, what do you mean? How could I stop thinking about it? It's so on my mind. There's a famous Rosh Yeshiva that one time came to a yeshiva, and he was looking for a suitable son-in-law. And the bachram of this yeshiva, everybody knew these were the best bachram. And he came to the yeshiva, and he said he's going to ask the boys in yeshiva a bumba kasha. You know what a bumba means? A bumba kasha. And he asked such a good question. All the oilam was hocking back and forth and trying to answer the question on bumba kasha. Rabbi Kiva Yeager. Nobody could answer this. Okay, so at the end, he was thinking, okay, nobody was able to answer the question, therefore they're not even in the running for my daughter. So he got in his wagon and he started leaving the town. All of a sudden, a bacher from the yeshiva starts running after, to the edge of town, running after the wagon, saying, Rabbi, but what's the answer? Like, okay, we didn't get it, but like, fine. But just tell me the answer. I need to know it. And he said, you're the one for my daughter. The other guy's like, I guess we didn't win, so, moving on. Schnitzel Day. But this bacher was, what do you mean? Like, but the question was such a good question. I can't leave it. That's called das. Das means it's so integrated into me, I live with it. So this that we say that somebody knew his wife means that you're so deeply bonded. He knew her. They're connected in a very intimate, a very profound way. It's deep connection. Not just he knows her name. And I would argue that sadly, a lot of things that are going on in the world in like promiscuous ways are not das. They don't know each other. This is a deep connection, a deep knowing, integrated.
That doesn't necessarily start the night of the wedding or whatever, the next day, like I'm saying. You might, in some circles, you might have been known as well 4 weeks or a month, even maybe 7 months, 8 months, but still that.
If you're deciding to marry them, it means that there's a level of, we hope, don't do any quick dating and not know the person.
I'm talking about circles that they do everything else.
Then they have enough integrated understanding, I hope, that they have integrated, this is the one for me. And she feels this is the one for me, and they're attracted and they want to be together. This is the one for me. So Cain knew. Cain was marrying his wife. Well, there wasn't many people in the world, so like they were sisters.
How is it? I guess it was some form of name.
Yeah, because in the beginning of time, the rules were different. Before the giving of the Torah, there were different rules. Once the Torah was given, things changed.
Jeremy said the Avot, anyway, they were keeping, most people keeping.
They were keeping, yes, but there was also rules that were different for them. Like the Torah says you can't marry sisters.
They weren't commanded.
That's right.
They knew what's best, what's worse.
So here we see that Cain is marrying his wife and they're having a baby, Chanoich. And it's interesting, then all of a sudden we see like what was Chanoich up to? V'hi boine ir. This is Cain. What was Cain doing? He was a builder. Looks like he changed job professions. He went from being into agriculture to now being into building.
How do we know it's not talking about Enoch?
Because it says, Vayihi boine ir v'yikra shem ha'ir k'shem beno. He called the city after his son. So he built a city called Chanoich. The sisters, likely. They had sisters. There weren't many people in the world. Remember, this is not the law. This is not the law now. We're talking about how many people are in the whole world. We'd have to look at there's a genealogy, and there's dates. Look in Tanakh. Tanakh has all the dates.
But it would be within the past 5,000 years, right? Or sorry, within the past 6,000 years.
For sure. For sure.
So if you were to find evidence of like a culture that existed separately from like 6,500 years ago.
That doesn't bother us because the first 4 days of creation, there's no sun. What's a day? A day could be 1 billion years.
Yeah, but I mean, like those like cultures reported, like that they had harvest cycles, and they were like
So even that, there's another argument about the human being. Human being.
It could be a Homo sapien.
Time's relative to human. So before humans were created, what was time? Wasn't some form of time before humans?
I'm saying using their word human beings like around like
We're very open to archaeology. It used to be much more guesswork. It's more precise now. And there's no threat. We see things all line up. Rabbi Rose, an expert at this.
He says that, and I forgot that was rolling how we know it.
Because before that, we don't have seasons. Seasons only start after Noah. I always say it was like Hawaii. Hawaii doesn't have seasons.
Rabbi likes Hawaii.
I do like Hawaii.
I think shit trips my seasons make you appreciate the previous season.
It's true, but Hawaii is pretty good also. You know, it's just always like 81 degrees. It's a little bit of rain sometimes. Hawaii is an amazing place. Hawaii is Yud K Vav K backwards. Hawaii. You build a base medrash there, not a base of Mikdash. There's the Naphtali Trail, the Nepali coast, the Naphtali coast. There's definitely stuff going on by the Napali coast. I think so. If you go through the earth, you basically come out the other side from Yerushalayim to Hawaii, staying above the equator. A few degrees off. Just, that's pretty good. Where you would have thought you've been in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty fascinating.
What is the Naphtali on
The Nepali coast? The Nepali coast is it's considered a very sacred area in the island of Kauai. That's where I spent time. Kauai they call the Garden Island. Kauai is very beautiful. Very beautiful. And furthermore, who are their priestly class? The big kahuna, Rabbi Isai. The Kohen Gadol, come on. I wonder where that came from. Yeah. You tell me. That's the priest, the big kahuna. So, Hawaii is a very, very special place. Fascinating. Anybody here been to Hawaii? Yeah? Yeah, you guys been to Hawaii?
I heard the 8 months once a trip.
Hawaii is a very special place. Yeah. Hawaii is known to be something very, very special. So it basically has there's no seasons. For sure Chabad is there. That's Pashut. So I wonder if there's some real like lost tribes ever, going on over there. Africa, Asia, Tibet. Maristata, who told you? The Maoris, yes. I knew a very great Maori healer that I met in Hawaii. He turned me inside out, like he put my legs, he was like 400 pounds, tattoos everywhere. He put on my calf muscle with all his weight. It was the biggest machaya. It was unbelievable. He had a Masora of healing, a very Maori healer, he came to Hawaii and people were like coming from all over the place to receive healing from him. I don't know the last tribe. I'm looking for them. I want to find them. For sure. Eliyahu Navi is going to help us, but there are people, you should know, there are people in the world right now that are highly dedicated. I'm saying big people, like Yerushalayim people, highly dedicated, Rabbi Chimayer is connected to them, highly dedicated to helping bring the lost tribes back. The Vilna Gaon said we should be working on this. The Vilna Gaon was a very religious Jew. Yeah, he was religious. I'm saying, and we gave a shir one time on the lost tribes, that there have been contact that we've made with certain people on the other side of Tibet who came out and visited people who had no contact, and they came to certain Passover seders of certain tzaddikim, and they knew all sorts of things about Pesach, matzah, and zoyars, and had interesting minhagim around Pesach. Unconnected. And because they knew, but they knew Kabbalah. They had a Masorah. Yeah. They've been maintaining everything the whole time. They're like, who are you guys? We're it.
That magic story with Shmuel, who was it?
Ashmedai. With who?
Full magic story. Bad magic. He crossed the
Shlomo Melech?
No, he crossed the lake. The lakes, the boulders, and he couldn't go back. It's only at Shabbos he was able to cross it.
Yes.
The whole magic fight in the air.
Yes. It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon stuff.
Who was it? It was another.
This is big things. It's important to be aware that the lost tribes coming back and the people that are looking for the lost tribes are very much, this is a strong indication that we're getting towards the end. That Mashiach is very close. Because the whole search for the lost tribes. So you're going to say about one of the Maori? Is it... They account also for Pesach in the spring, because that's what keeps our new year, that's what keeps all of our months and our holidays in their time. It's not like Purim comes out one day, all of a sudden in the summer. Right. It's only because Pesach is always put in the spring, and that keeps everything stabilized. That the holidays come out, Hanukkah comes in the wintertime. If it was a strictly moon calendar, and we had no leap years, so then you would have Hanukkah, could be in the summer. Right. So because they have a leap year?
Yeah, change.
Also,
when someone dies, it's Shiva instead of that. When they go to a grave, they wash their hands up. A lot of things are doing. Also, they have white people, like they're most like dark color. They have within the tribe genes, like white, red people, ginger, full on ginger.
David Melech.
They look like you, like people like an Israeli next to them.
Are we not supposed to do that? The reason we're white is because of living in Germany for thousands of years. I'm not pretty sure. Yeah, they said Moshe Rabbi
But we are talking about the Middle East.
Are from
So Rabbi said, it's important to know is that we're speaking about that as the lost tribes are being kind of summoned back, it's a very messianic time. And Hawaii, there's something very special there. There's something very beautiful. Israel wants to go to Hawaii. Aish Hawaii? I'm into it. I'm into it. The Sfardim know how to do things, top notch.
They don't want to leave Israel. Let's get back to the Bible.
I love Eretz Yisrael.
Technically not even here for Israel. You're going straight to Israel.
Hawaii.
That's a really nice kollel. Let's all just hang out, surf in the afternoon.
Hawaii was not promised to us 3,000 years ago. Hawaii, though, Hashem made many special places in this world that are unique. And here we see that this city was called Chanoich. V'yavalid la Chanoich, and then Chanoich had Irad. So Irad is the great-grandson of Adam. Then Irad yolades Mechuyoel, the great-great-grandson. U'Mechuyoel yolad es Mesushael. And Mesushael yolad es Lamech. How many generations do we just move right now? We just made some major moves here.
Did all of Cain's sons have daughters as well? Did they marry?
Yes, there are daughters. This is mentioning on the male side of the genealogy. So let's just work this out. We have Adam, okay? His son is Cain. I don't think so. Not that I know of. If you hear otherwise, please let me know. So then we have Adam, we have Cain, then we have Chanoich. So we have Chanoich here. Chanoich. Then we have Irad. And then we have Shes is later, after Adam gets back with Eve, because they separate for 130 years. After what happened. So we have Adam, Cain, Chanoich, Irad, Mechuyoel, Mesushael, and Lamech. We have 7 generations that we just moved.
That's including Adam.
Fine, yeah, Adam.
So he didn't move. We already moved from there. He said from 7 generations.
7 generations meaning 7 of 50 years around?
There are how you determine a generation is up to a big discussion, but we already see here that now, just even from the creation of the world, we have the 7 generations from Adam to now Lamech. And we're going to learn next time about Lamech. Lamech had 2 wives. And we're going to see all sorts of interesting things about the creation of musical instruments we're about to start, which is very beautiful. And some of the problems that started to happen in the world. We're going to see that the problem here of the musical instruments is that there was a strong pull at that time to idol worship. So they were making musical instruments for idol worship. So there's one thing just to worship an idol. There's another thing to make ceremony and music behind it. That's already a next level problem. So Rabbi said, just say no to drugs. Say no to idols. Throw them away. Throw them away. And just speak to God. An idol could be any source that you think is the source of your salvation outside of God. When we're saying drugs are clipped? If you think that's your salvation, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Drugs are avodah zarah. That would go good on a t-shirt. That would do well.
Drugs are avodah zarah. Sure, they'll like that in the modern Orthodox world. No, I don't do avodah zarah. But like, yeah, weed, like drugs, like that's already socially fine.
I just wake and bake because I can't find a job and I enjoy it.
So the wake and bake is that's now becoming the source of your salvation.
Wake and bake is avodah
Torah, we say that Hashem and the Torah is one. That Kucha Bricha Yisov V'Araisa Chadu.
Someone has
know that we came from
As long as it's not an escape. If he's using it as escape and he doesn't realize that God is inside the Torah, then he's making a problem. But if he's running to Hashem in the Torah, that's not an escape. That's not an escape. Are you? Hashem wants you to run to him in those places? Hashem said about the Torah that me and the Torah are one. You're running to me. But if a person is using it as an escape, because it's intellectually stimulating, but I don't find Hashem in it, it's just a way to keep me distracted as an overachiever. So I'll just go learn another sugya. That'd be a problem.
That's your way to change. If somebody's ready to go to India and learn stuff, they get involved in yoga meditation. They come back to Israel and they start learning a little bit of Kabbalah, they realize that's the ground of everything they'll be looking for.
Go right to God. Go right to God. Whatever you're looking for in your ayahuasca, go right to God. God and cut out the middleman. God did make very powerful medicines. We spoke about this on Thursday night.
Cut out the ayahuasca, go straight to God. Ask out them like one. Bad businessman.
Ozzy's great. He's always looking for a good.
I'm just gonna start clipping all your lines out. We'll do a commission split.
Sounds good to me.
And then my cut can go to H.
Fine. Sounds great. So here the idea is that go right to God. Just go right to God. Go right to God. God did make very powerful medicines, but go right to God. Rabbi side page 975.
Rabbi, how about that idea? We fund a Shark Tank for students to come pitch how hard they're willing to learn and pay for their tuition based on how much money they put up.
Meaning we're going to pay for their flights.
Yeah, we'll fully fund everything. It's just like, are they ready? Like lock in. They come Shark Tank. They pitch us. I'm like, yeah, I really want to find that Shem. I'm ready. I'm ready to start diving into my learning. Like,
We have to give them more than just flights and stuff. You tell me I'm going to dive 27 hours a day, so we should get the guy. I don't know, like a new feature Pasha. I'm saying like a wardrobe. I'm saying get the guy a watch. Get the guy I'm saying we have to up the game.
We don't want to incentivize people for the wrong reasons. We just want to make it accessible.
We're always welcoming people to come learning yeshiva, but sadly, people's Yetzer Hara gets the best of them. So we need to speak the language and incentivize it a little bit stronger, probably.
My master goes to paying for some tuition.
For sure. Maybe. Be a very good thing to help another Yid come to yeshiva to find his heritage. Very good. Okay, Jack's favorite part of the day. Shir lamalo esaina yeleahim mi'ayin yavo ezri me'im Adonai oy ze shamayim va'aretz ani ten lamod raglecha al yanum shomrecha hine la yanam v'lo ishan shomer Yisrael Adonai shomrecha Adonai tzilecha al yad yeminecha yoimam השמש לא יקקה וירח בלילה אדוני ישמורך מכל רע ישמור את נפשך אדוני ישמור צאצך וייך מידה ויד העולם. Sagt der heilige Mishnah, Rabbi Isai. A new Mishnah, Chevra.